Africa has just experienced the latest scam that is trending. CBEX.
CBEX is a digital trading asset platform that allegedly promised its investors a whopping 100% return on investment within 30 days.
Tempers rose after the investment platform became inaccessible, with users finding it difficult to withdraw their funds.
Tariffs. That is what is trending around the world. US versus China. It's gone away from focusing on US versus the world. Now it's US versus China. But today, I want to bring our focus back to our continent with what is happening here locally. Let's leave alone the Westerners and the East people. Africa has just experienced the latest scam that is trending. CBEX. China, Beijing, Equity Exchange. They just evaded with over $800 million of Africans' hard-earned money and savings. How are they able to get away with this scam? What did they do? What were they promising? And is the money recoverable? That's what I want to talk about today and see whether these returns make sense and what was being promised and how is it different from the previous scams that have happened before. When you look at Ponzi schemes and how these schemes work, they always have a thin line. They're always almost same to each other. They use the psychology of people, sort of going against the psychology. Not really going against, but actually using that to their advantage. How? By promising high returns at a very short amount of time. Now, they know how to come and do this when there's a lot of turmoil and people are having a lot of stress. And the biggest target that they target when scams are happening, they target the middle class, the lower middle class, and the poor people. Why? Because the upper middle class and the financially independent and financially free individuals, who we call the rich and the wealthy, have financial advisors and they know the realities of money and how money works, such that when they are told certain returns, there's a red flag that pops up and they do not fall for such schemes. But the desperate people who are about to lose their jobs, who have dependents and people, they want quick money, are the ones who fall quickly for these scams or these schemes, and they never pay attention to the red flags that are being raised. Okay? So if you see my screen, Business Daily just reported that Kenyans lost or lose millions in popular crypto trading platform. Another website here, Nigeria, Kenya residents lose life savings to crypto trading app. Okay? So CBEX, a digital trading platform, allegedly ran a Ponzi scheme that left thousands of Nigerians and Kenyan residents in financial ruin. The platform promised high returns of 100% in 30 days, but abruptly closed or collapsed in April 2025, disabling withdrawals and demanding verification fees. So let's pause there for a little while. Anytime you hear quick returns, even if it's 10%, 20, 30% within a month, trust me, my people, you should close your books and run the opposite direction. There's no platform that promises and guarantees certain returns. So a smart way these people came up with this time, and another thing that scammers use that sort of lure people, they bring technology that people are aware of, but they don't know how to use it. So they're very aware that, for example, this time they used the growth of technology on the platform of AI. That this now is AI and it can promise better returns. AI is more accurate. AI can do better analysis than humans. AI is able to make quick returns in a short amount of time. Things that humans are not able to do. The same way AI can process data and information much faster than humans, the promise here was that AI technology can trade much better, much safer, much quicker. Now trust me, this has been going on over and over. Way since before, when we had the tulip mania, when you have the dot-com bust, this new technology normally comes in. The crypto that just came in this other time, and actually the CBEX was using crypto and AI combined to bring those quick returns. And when you hear such stuff, any guarantee, any quick returns, never actualize. It might happen in the first few months because they're basically just moving money from someone else's account to your account, and you can see those returns. But the more people join, the worse it becomes. So investors reported being unable to access their funds, leading to protests and emotional distress. Okay, so before that, another thing, and I've consulted a lot of people on this. I've had a lot of people who came to me to tell me, Caleb, I had this money in a certain wallet, crypto page or something, and in order for me to withdraw my money, I need to send a verification fee to access your own money. Now, trust me, guys, this never works. The person working on the other side knows you have maybe $1,000, $10,000 that you want to access. So they tell you send a small fee of $100, $50, $200. So to you, you consider, okay, if it's $200, but I can get access to my $10,000, then that's a fair trade. But the Ponzi scheme and the guy working on the other end knows very well that you're desperate and you won't even think twice about this money. You, on the other hand, will rush to a friend, rush to a relative and get a quick loan. Or maybe even deep into your savings and send that money. And that, my friend, is the biggest mistake you can ever make at that time. They use the psychology of FOMO, of fear of missing out, of desperation, and they take that advantage and lure you and use it to make money from you. So what they were doing here, telling people to send certain amounts of money in order to withdraw their money, when you hear such a thing, never do this. I'll tell you a story. There's someone locally here in Kenya some time back, had a dealing that they were doing of more than $500,000. And it was in crypto and all that. And they came to me for advice. Like, there's this person in this country, I won't mention where or their names, and I want to access my money, okay? And this money, if I can be able to get it, they can also pay me a certain fee for helping them, okay? So yes, it sounds so good and sounds wonderful, but at the same time, I'm not here to enter into such dealings. So what I said, okay, let's go through this. Let's just verify whether the sources you're doing is reputable and they make sense. So going through this process, we went into their website, this website of these people that are promising, or they're done certain business dealings and the payment was to be done in crypto of over $500,000. To specify in Kenya shillings, that's over 65 million Kenya shillings. So we are looking at the process. Okay. So when we went to the website looks fishy as well. It's an exchange as well. So the website just looks fishy. It doesn't make sense. There's no, for coders or tech people, you might know better when you're looking at those websites, but many people don't know coding and software. So they get lured into these websites. So that website just looks fishy, doesn't make sense. It's like a one-pager. Okay, you try and click on a certain thing, doesn't open that page. So just a one-pager. So this is simply a market or a facade that has been created by these scammers that they've just created in order to lure people to believe, make it believable. Okay, so going through the process, so I'm trying to open an account with them. So I tried opening an account. I didn't receive any verification email, anything. I did not receive anything. The only thing I could see is that my email is there. Other than that, there was nothing. So trying to help this person who came to me, because what they were telling this person is send $20,000, okay, as a verification fee. We just want to confirm that money will come back with the 500,000. It's just to verify and get things moving. Now, my friends, when you're desperate, you will not see anything wrong. You'll say, I'm looking for $500,000. Let me just send this $20,000 in order to get my money back. That's almost 3 million Kenya shillings. So you're sending 3 million in order to get access to your 65 million. Now, it just doesn't make sense. So I just came and told this person, because this person was very desperate and needed that money because I'd already done the business transaction. And I told this person, look, I'll be honest with you. I know you do not want to hear this, just like any other person wouldn't want to hear this. But what you're dealing with is a scam. These people, this website doesn't exist. This money doesn't exist. They're trying to take your money to be able to disappear. And this was about 2-3 years ago, okay? So that you can get to know these things tend to happen. Unfortunately, they got to scam now a higher tier person, one of the rich people here in the country. But that's a story for another day. So this is the same thing that was happening, telling people to send money to verify so that they can get their money back. Hey guys, so I have some exciting news. Part of our partnership with Paperstone allows you guys to get our courses at 50% off. It is important to know that all of our courses have gone online, but at the same time, some of you have really been requesting for us to continue doing our one-on-one courses. Now, this will still be there, but we've changed our format. So once you pay 25,000, now it's away from 50,000 down to 25,000, you get access to our online module course, which will do the same process we've been doing physically, but it will be all online. Now you get access to our course and only 10 students will be enrolled at any one time, and this will be happening all throughout the year. The other 25,000 that you were supposed to pay for the course, Paperstone has allowed you to deposit in their own accounts. You open an account with Paperstone and the link is below. Deposit your money and start trading with Paperstone. So that money that you put there is what we're going to teach you how to trade it and how to grow it gradually. And this is your own money, so you pay to earn. Nigeria's Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has launched an investigation on CBEX, and trust me, someone disappearing with $800 million in Kenya, Africa, or anywhere within Africa can easily get away with that. Maybe for the short term. This is a lot of money, okay? Because what happened, now let's get more into detail. Everyone was having their own personal accounts and trading, and waking up on a good morning, everyone had their good money in their accounts. They are seeing it going up. And I remember a certain tweet of someone who had made about $10,000, and they had that money in the morning, and they knew that money continued growing. If you're making 100%, by the end of this month, that 10,000 will be 100,000 or so. Okay. When they logged in the evening, the money had disappeared. Where had the money gone? So doing my research deeper, you get to see that this person was able to move an exact amount of $822 million. Okay. If we're talking in Kenya shillings, that's about, quick math here, over 90 billion, okay, almost 100 billion Kenya shillings. So that whole amount was moved to an Ethereum wallet, and that's where it disappeared from, okay? And it's very hard to retrace that or send it back or do a retransfer or block that transaction. So everyone's money was put into one account and then transferred all the way into into a separate external account, and that money disappeared like that. Okay, so that trading platform so far has collapsed. No one can get access to it. You can see here people are being charged $100 to $200 verification fee. There's a commission that has started. If you come here, CBEX. So just doing my research, different websites were giving different information. As something that came up, this website did a good thing. Google Trends, a surge before the collapse. Anytime a Ponzi scheme is about to end is when many people on the street are talking about it. Unfortunately, if it got to you quite late, you were part of the people who got scammed. So Google search interest in CBEX exploded just as the platform began to fail. According to Google Trends data, between 30th March and 5th April 2025, CBEX recorded a trend score of 31 in Kenya and 14 in Nigeria, a major spike from near zero levels maintained over the previous year. This suggests a public awareness. Okay, so you can get to see. Now, if I come to the Kenyan users also hit. CBEX wasn't just a Nigerian disaster, though it's been very much, it's a bigger hit losses for the Nigerian people. According to Business Daily, the collapse also affected Kenyan investors, many whom lost significant amounts over the same weekend the platform went dark. With a trend score of 31, interest peaked the same time as Nigerian collapse, showing how the scam spread quickly across borders. In the past few hours, we've seen many Kenyan TikTok and X talking about being scammed on that. Okay, so if you go here, just search Google Trends. Okay, come search Google Trends, come here, you can always search and just search for yourself and see CBEX. Get to see how it was trending and which parts of Kenya were being hit. So you can come here, you can see in the past, let's say 90 days. Okay, you can see how early January there was zero searches just for it to start spiking slowly, and we got that peak here on April 15th, 14th, 15th, just before the scam collapsed. People who have been affected: Kabarnet, Awach, Bondo, Ngenda, Karagita. Okay, so these are places where cities that have been hit heavily: Gilgil, Othaya, Gitaru, Embu, Kisumu. Okay, Karatina, Kilifi, Homa Bay, Kikuyu, Eldoret. Okay, that's a long name, and Athi River. Okay, heavily affected. So Ken, a couple of months ago, did the same when we had the Eldoret scam. If you come to a beautiful YouTube page, Financial Hub Academy, there's a good video that Ken did a couple of months ago here, the Eldoret Forex scam. And we also did another one here where we were just exposing what you need to look out for before getting scammed. In the financial markets, it's easy for people to create instruments that can lure people into investing. Now, we're here to tell you, before you ever do anything, do not take financial prowess or financial powers into your own hands if you do not have a background. Some people want to do it on themselves, don't want to share with anyone, they do not want advice. They want quick and easy money in order to be able to do something else with that money. So that's what happened. That's what happened with CBEX. And unfortunately, a lot of people lost money, but it is what it is, and some things cannot be controlled on our end. So before you invest next time, people, before you fall into anything, just ask. I'm not here to tell you do our course or do anything. Just ask. In Kenya, there's a wonderful saying that goes, kuuliza sio ujinga. It is important we live by those things we were taught when we were young. Okay? So that's it from me. Just wanted to bring this to light, just to show you a couple of things, some red flags you should never look at. You should always look at before investing. So just a brief breakdown. Any investor or any investment that is giving quick returns, do not jump into that. Any investment that is saying, guaranteeing, not leave alone quick return, guaranteeing returns within a certain time, 30 days, 100 days, that is a red flag. Any investment that is telling you to pay for verification in order to get access to your money, walk away. Anything that is luring you because of technology, AI, crypto, and all that, something you do not understand, leave that alone. And number 5, anything you do not understand, do not invest. Anything you cannot see, anything you cannot talk to someone, anything you cannot go to regulators, go to an office and talk to them about it, walk away. So that's it from my end. Hope you enjoyed that video. And like I always say, and I insist it even more, stay woke, stay financially literate. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.